All right, so have you ever wondered why foam rolling and stretching and ice all of a sudden seem to stop working for certain injuries? Well, I'm going to tell you why. And the short answer is that we've moved on from a situation where you have a tight muscle to a situation where you have a muscle filled with adhesion. So, how do we get from point A to point B here? Well, we start off with a tight muscle, right? So that can be any muscle that's constantly contracted or any muscle that's repeatedly contracted and held in contraction. And when that happens, there is less oxygen in the area of the muscle. So under these hypoxic conditions, free radicals rush in. And these free radicals are sensitive triggers for chemotaxis. So chemotaxis, I always think about this word as being this really small, colorful taxi carrying these mastermind criminals. And it basically just creates this rush in of inflammatory cells that will patch the damage. And the inflammatory cells are being rushed in there because there's a change in concentration of a certain thing in the cell. So, that's enough science. I think it's fun to study that kind of thing, and there's interesting ways to remember all those little terms for boards. But what you need to know is that when those cells rush in, they have these superpowers. Like, they have like these, is it Spider-Man, the one that like flings all this like netting down, right? Obviously it's Spider-Man. I'm not really a comic book fan, but I'm just thinking about like superheroes, right? They, the in the muscle cells, all this collagen cross bridging gets thrown down, and it's like this gluey, sticky area in the tissues, and it makes the tissues be less flexible, and it makes them be weaker. And so when you have that kind of condition, it's called adhesion. So we've gone from just a little bit of tightness to a tightness that's built up over time and has developed into adhesion. So adhesion cannot be stretched out. You cannot stretch a rope that has a knot in the middle of it and expect to get any kind of good results. You can't ice it, that's not going to do anything. Taking the foam roller to it, you may get a little bit of increase in circulation, but you're not going to break down that adhesion. So you actually need mechanical pressure to break down that adhesion. That's what I do in my office. The techniques are manual therapy, meaning by hand therapy, or by tools to get in there and break down the adhesion. It's not super comfortable, but it's not the worst treatment in the world. I would say most people would compare it to a deep tissue massage that is really, really specific and very therapeutic. So I have different people thinking, one person thinks maybe I use a chainsaw to take out the adhesion, another person thinks I have like a scraper. Nothing scary like that. It's just by hand work, getting specifically into the specific areas of the muscle that have the adhesion, taking the correct contact and the correct lines of drive to get rid of that adhesion. Takes a little while to break it down. You can't do it instantaneously. It's built up over time, and you need to chip it down over time as well. So I hope that answers your question as to why sometimes foam rolling works and why sometimes it doesn't. And I have actually a really cool foam roller type tool that I've been playing with recently, and I'm going to share about that in the next video. It's something that is 10 times better than a traditional foam roller, and it's, I think, a kind of unique thing, and I think you'll want to hear about it, so stay tuned for that one.